Ladies and gentlemen, here we have a 2018 Porsche Cayenne, a very luxurious vehicle with all the luxurious appointments that will make a Rolls-Royce very jealous. Yes, this is a really, really good car that has really solid lines and it performs extremely well. It doesn't perform like an SUV, it performs more like a sports car because the Porsche company is derived from its sports car heritage. So it's going to have the DNA of a Le Mans endurance racer. So let's go over some of the key features that this car has. Alright, so this is a Porsche Cayenne, the Platinum Edition. It comes with 21-inch rims standard, and in my honest opinion, it may not be the greatest wheel setup. I think the 18-inch wheel setup is a little bit more convenient in terms of comfort and drivability. These wheels in a pothole-ridden city like Pittsburgh may have a little bit of a jarring ride because it's not necessarily going to be the most comfortable thing in the world. But I will tell you that when it comes to handling, this vehicle performs extremely well. It definitely handles the curves like that of a better sports car, but it doesn't quite handle it like a Porsche Cayenne or even a Porsche 911. But it is outclassing everything in its segment because it just really holds the road really well. And of course, the legendary brakes of that of a Porsche. You have these massive calipers, and the front even has bigger calipers, like my Plymouth Neon from when I was a kid. Those 13-inch rotors, 12-inch rotors, they're bigger than the actual tire that I had on my vehicle when I was learning how to drive. Yeah, and this is a very beautiful car all throughout, beautiful lines. It looks a little bit different than the previous generation, but it has a similar silhouette, which gives it a defining presence of that of a sporting SUV. And of course, the dual exhaust gives great sound. So let's look at the interior of the vehicle. The interior of the vehicle is quite refreshing. This is the final generation that had all the buttons. What I mean by buttons, all the buttons in the center console, and then you have the screen, which features an Apple CarPlay system as well as a clock in the center of the dashboard. And of course, you have the 5-gauge cluster, which is reminiscent of all 911 models. And if I go around on the other side of the vehicle, you will see the key on the left side of the steering wheel. Now that is a beautiful steering wheel. It is an improvement from the previous generation steering wheel because this looks like a 911 and a 718 steering wheel. The stick shift was still an option for this generation, but it was only available up until 2015 or 2016. But you could see that the 2013 and 2012 models still offered a manual option on this vehicle. Diesels and hybrids also debuted during this time period, and the seats are incredibly comfortable. One of the best seats, as well as a great panoramic roof. Really good stuff. Beautiful embossed logos, and you could comfortably fit a lot of people in the back. In Porsche world, sitting 5 people comfortably is a great thing. And here is the back seat. Very comfortable, very luxurious, spacious ride, featuring a Bose sound system, which is tied into that Apple CarPlay. Here is the rear wiper. This part always goes missing on Cayennes. Basically, don't run your Cayenne through a car wash because this little wiper assembly will go bad. When opening the trunk lid, you have an automated system, so the electronic system just lifts up the rear tailgate, and you have plenty of space in the back. Quite spacious, definitely more spacious than any Porsche in the marketplace. And of course, you just have to press a button, and the entire thing comes right down. Pretty cool. Now let's go for a drive. When you're in the Porsche Cayenne, this is a very comfortable place to be. You have the 5-gauge cluster right in front of you. Even features the map on the 4th gauge cluster. The rest of it is analog. And then you have your center console, which features an Apple CarPlay system, a radio, as well as your air conditioning and heated seat options, as well as the heated HVAC system. You could see that my father pressed his heated seat option because, hey, got to keep warm when you're in the city of Pittsburgh. All right, you could see that this car features a very beautiful, just a beautiful feeling car overall. As I'm driving through the city of Pittsburgh, it's a very luxurious ride. This car definitely speaks for itself. Drives well, handles well, does everything well. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Take care.